This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
Introduction. Culture is one of the major factors that dictate the way in which people act under given circumstances. Vance and Pake define culture as a system of values and norms that are shared among a group of people and that, taken together, constitute a design for living. The influence of culture on life is all-encompassing, and culture impacts all relationships, be they personal or professional. This paper shall begin by stating and analyzing the reasons why people may not appreciate the cultural point of view of others. It shall then proceed to discuss how appreciating cultural diversity affects people's ability to communicate effectively in the context of a multinational corporation. Reasons why people may not appreciate different viewpoints. One of the reasons why people may not appreciate the cultural point of view of others is because of the differences in cultural values. This is contrary to the fact that for people to peacefully coexist with each other, they have to have a uniform sense of what is acceptable. This sense of shared moral and social values according to which the members of the community are expected to behave is the defining characteristic of a community. Bridgeman, Lind, and Keating state that these shared morals and values are learned from the unique society in which one comes from. Another reason for the lack of appreciation is that different cultures lay emphasis on different values. For example, in Chinese culture, values such as modesty and cooperation are held in high esteem. The Western world, on the other hand, places greater value on individualism and personal ambition and success. A person brought up in a highly collectivist culture, such as the Chinese, will not relate with a person from an individualistic culture. There exists some competition between cultures, and this may cause people not to appreciate the culture of others. This competition may lead people to see their own traditions and roots as being better than those of others. Curran and Sandholm rightfully reveal that in all interactions, individuals face trade-offs, and a person has to contend with competing needs. A person from one culture may therefore fail to appreciate the views of another person since they see their culture as the right one. This rigid stance will result in a breakdown in communication relationships since effective communication demands that all parties to the communication effort appreciate each other's views. One can only overcome this by learning to adjust their behavior so as to accommodate the cultural systems of others. Culture dictates the roles that different people have to play in society. These roles may include categories such as gender or even age. In Western cultures, gender does not play an important role in business relationships where equality is encouraged. In this setting, the input of all members of the organization is equally appreciated. In contrast, paternalistic cultures, which are highly masculine, view women as being second to men. In such a setting, the opinion and views of females may be disregarded by the male. How appreciating cultural diversity affects communication. Effective communication is deemed the cornerstone on which any successful relationship, be it business or personal, is built. Intercultural interactions, if not properly handled, may result in a breakdown of communication. Multinational corporations are one of the places where a lot of intercultural interactions have taken place. In this context, an appreciation of cultural diversity may aid in the achievement of organizational goals and objectives. This is because cultural diversity calls for the respecting and acknowledging of differences among people in relation to their age, sex, ethnicity, abilities, and beliefs. People from different cultures may develop different and unique interpretations of a similar message. Without this understanding, a person may take it for granted that his or her message has been well received by others. This may result in miscommunication, which may have huge negative repercussions for the organization. A person who appreciates cultural diversity will take into consideration the cultural context both when sending and receiving messages in a multicultural setting. The time consciousness of a person is influenced by their culture. Katsioloudes and Hadjidakis reveal that the sense of time differs by culture, and while some cultures favor exactness, others are more relative. For the individual from the exact culture, such as Germany, time is viewed as a tangible asset, and timeliness and promptness are rewarded. In cultures such as the Latin America, time is stated in relative terms. Phrases such as sometime in the future are therefore commonly used as opposed to giving exact times. A person who appreciates these cultural differences will avoid the conflict and frustration that may arise as a result of differing concepts of time among cultures. Conclusion. This paper set out to analyze the reason why people may fail to appreciate the cultural viewpoints of others, as well as discuss how appreciating cultural diversity may result in effective communication in the context of a multinational corporation. From the analysis herein, it is clear that culture impacts how we relate to other people. Culture may cause one to disregard the opinion and views of other people. Appreciating cultural diversity offsets the negative results of intercultural interactions. This results in effective communication, which is necessary for the achievement of organizational goals. Did you like this Reasons for Not Appreciating Different Cultural Points of View sample? To get more works like this one, make sure to check out the free database of academic paper examples at ivpanda.com. You will find thousands of samples for all your study needs, without even having to register.